Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, LJ's Kitchen. I am your host, Tamika Miles, and I am here with Andrea Hodge. How are you, Andrea?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. We are going to make a vegan meal today. Well, slightly vegan. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on mine, but Andrea is a vegan. So tell me the difference between vegan and vegetarian.
Well, vegan is all plant-based. Vegetarian, sometimes you have people who still eat dairy and eggs. And then I've also known some vegetarians who also still eat fish. So
Yes.
sneaky vegetarians, pescatarians. But vegans are all plant-based. And you would be so surprised how many things everyone eats that are plants.
Right.
Whenever I say vegan, everyone's like, what do you eat?
Right.
I mean, I still eat French fries. I still eat bread. You know, there's lots of things that I still eat.
So what's your favorite meal to prepare?
Ooh, I have a comfort food that I like a lot. I call it Monster Mac.
Okay.
And it's actually a pasta with an avocado sauce, a creamy avocado sauce with garlic and olive oil and salt. And it's very simple, but when it's like a rainy day and you want a quick pick-me-up and you just want a nice creamy pasta, I love me some Monster Mac.
That sounds actually good. Sometimes I like to have meatless meals.
Oh.
And meatless meals are like super important for me because I want to make sure that I, getting some plant-based food in my diet, because sometimes you eat on the go, and me being a busy hairstylist and all, I eat on the go sometimes, and sometimes I don't eat at all. So I try to like relax my system with some plant-based food. So this is one of the dishes that I like. I actually left one ingredient out. I forgot to get some lemon zest, but I'll grab a lemon in a bit. And but we are going to slice this zucchini up. Now you can do this dish, I don't have a name for it. You can do this dish with yellow squash as well. Sometimes I like to make zucchini boats. If you've seen my Instagram, my IG page, you'll see that I'll slice these in half, and then I will gut them out, and then I'll put like all kinds of peppers and spinach and garlic and onions in it. Then I put it in a really hot oven. So I really like doing that. That's one of my favorite things to make. And of course I put cheese in mine, but you don't do cheese. So Andrea, tell me while I'm slicing this up, tell me what you do in the community.
So I work in this neighborhood, in the same neighborhood that Tamika lives and works, called can I say it?
Yes, you can
Oxford
say it.
Circle. And so what my job
Well, I
is...
live in Burholm, but you work
she lives in Burholm.
Yes.
There is a distinction. The two neighborhoods are quite close together. But it's a very beautiful neighborhood, very special because of how diverse it is. And a part of what my job is to make sure that all of the local businesses get the recognition and the support that they need in order to be successful. And the neighborhood is very special in that there are so many different languages spoken here, so many different cultures. It creates a lot of great opportunities for just growth and seeing people's perspectives and hearing stories. I think living here is a real privilege, and being able to serve the local businesses like Tamika's is very important.
Yes.
I do lots of different things.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just how things are when you cook.
Yes.
We got a little bit of water in the pan.
Yes.
Always be careful of that. You never know. You might accidentally hurt yourself.
That's true.
So I do things such as I speak with the businesses on a monthly basis to let them know what's happening throughout the neighborhood, connect them to different opportunities for growth, things like advertising and workshops. And special events. I actually have been in a special event marathon, it feels like, this entire summer. And even now, we've got a couple special events coming up. But we did an artisan market. We did 2 of those over the summer.
Oh, tell them what an artisan market is.
Yeah, so...
that was really cool.
Yeah, being in a place that's so rich in culture, we also see that people are trying to find unique ways to support their families by sharing their culture. And so we have lots of people who are capable of creating things whether it's handmade soaps or crocheted bonnets or crocheted blankets or artwork or sculptures or jewelry. There's so many different opportunities for people to bring their gifts into the community and allow the community to support them for their artistry. And so the artisan market we started doing because we wanted to create opportunities for people to do that in the community. And so far we've had 2. And the first one was a bit crazy. We got a little crazy weather.
It rained?
It didn't rain. It winded.
Oh.
It winded and rained. There was a moment when we were holding down the fort, literally.
Like the
wind
tents?
blew. Yeah, we were holding. So
that probably was the same day I had a picnic with my high school, my former high school, because it was the same way. It was so windy.
I heard some stories from other events that day, people whose entire event got canceled because the wind came through and blew down the tents. So we were kind of lucky. The second one was a lot more smooth, a lot more easy. People stopped by. I think almost everyone sold something, which is really impressive because we had people from all different types of specialties. We even had someone who brought out some jams.
Some jams?
Yes.
So my mom used to make the best grape jelly. We had grapevines. We had a Concord grapevine and a Catawba.
I'm so impressed too by one cool thing about the neighborhood is how many people grow things in their yard. Was your mom around this neighborhood?
No, we were in Germantown. My mom and dad, my family, we lived in Germantown. And that was like crazy because people would steal our tomatoes out of our garden. And our garden was like fenced in. But we had squash and watermelons and cantaloupes and tomatoes, lots of tomatoes, sometimes corn. But you said you grew up on a farm?
I did. I spent some of my time at my childhood on a farm in Michigan. And so I'm really used to having things growing around my house. And so I can totally relate to people who, when you're trying to grow things and you're constantly having to fight that battle, whether it be with your neighbors or the squirrels, to keep your produce in good shape. And it's even harder when you're trying to do things like grow without pesticides.
Yeah. My dad would take fish like that. We would take fish because there was when we had fish, it was you cleaned your own fish or you went to a fishmonger to get your fish. And I remember my dad taking it and he's used it for compost. And I was like, oh, you're taking that and you're digging up the ground and putting fish heads in the ground. But I didn't get it then, but I get it now.
Yeah, if it works, it works. I've actually been experimenting with some gardening and composting in my own yard. It's always kind of a trial and error.
Why?
Well, you never know what's going to come up.
Okay.
And every plant has its own ideal environment. I found out the hard way that squash seeds, when they're germinating, they really like to be warm. And so
really?
I had some little squash plants that I planted and I waited and I watched, and it took them weeks before they finally sprouted.
So do you plant your seeds inside and then put them outside?
So I've done both.
Okay.
The funny thing is that in the beginning, I wanted to do everything scientifically. I wanted to have my little tray, I had my little pods, I planted the seeds, I watched each one, I kept track of everything. And then I gave up and I just tried planting the seeds outside, and lo and behold, they sprouted, sometimes even at a better rate than the ones I did inside.
Inside, okay.
Yeah, I tried to baby them, and what do you know, sometimes you just gotta let them do their thing.
Right. So in the community, what is one of the greatest needs that you see in the community for businesses that they're not getting?
So I mentioned before that we live in a very diverse community with businesses that come from all different places, people who speak lots of different languages, and you'd be surprised at how a business that maybe speaks one language, primarily one language that isn't English, can do so well. And it's because the people in this community really love and support their businesses and feel like they give them connections to the places that they came from by allowing them to continue cultivating their cultures. So we have some really great restaurants, some really great stores that sell items that you might have a hard time finding anywhere else in the city.
Tell them about the time when you did the whole thing with the getting people that cook like myself.
Oh yeah, so we did we did something called the Spice Dash Challenge, which was a campaign to encourage local residents to buy ingredients from one of the local ethnic grocery stores and cook something new and different. And Tamika was one of the participants, and she actually was one of the competitors who won the challenge.
Right. Wesley, excuse me, could you get in here while I'm doing this? I'm sorry.
Those look delicious.
Thank you. So let me tell you what we're doing. I'm going to cut you off for 1 second. So all we're doing is taking some zucchini. We put salt and pepper on them. We are frying them on both sides with just a little olive oil. Okay? And we're going to turn them over, and then we're going to take them out and put them on a plate. On my side, I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese on mine. And on your side, we will keep it plain. And then we're going to top it with all of these ingredients that's left here, with some onions, a little lemon zest, some capers, which is very lemony, and some garlic. So we are going to turn these over.
And you might not be able to see this, but what we've got are these little coins of zucchini, and around the edges they're like browned with like little crunchy bubbles of goodness.
Yes.
I can't wait to eat these. These look delicious. So
tell them about the Spice Dash Challenge.
Yeah, as I was mentioning before, one of the biggest needs in our community is just getting people to know what's here. So we did the Spice Dash as an initiative to get people out there, to try new things, to eat new things, to get a little bit adventurous in their own kitchen. And I think, it was the first time we did it. So we haven't had a lot of people participating, but we're looking forward to next year, and maybe we'll see even more people getting out there, trying new things, visiting our local businesses.
Yeah, because I think I tried something that I'd never tried before. And I went and got some coconut milk and some coconut powder that I discovered. I never knew about coconut powder, and just tried to make a different way of making rice and peas, Jamaican rice and peas. And it was very interesting. It actually came out really good. Yeah,
I saw the pictures. They look delicious.
Yes, my son enjoyed it. Shaquille enjoyed it a lot. So I'm going to put this on a platter. Maybe I should get a smaller plate.
Can I tell them a little bit about our local restaurants?
Yes, absolutely.
So one of the things that we do in order to get people out and supporting the local businesses is doing special campaigns. In addition to the Spice Dash Challenge, we also have the Oxford Circle Flavor Festival coming up. We're going to have a really fun kickoff event on Saturday the 14th at our community center right next to Fells High School. There's going to be a concert with Lena Stefan and also an art exhibition from some local artists, specifically some young ladies from the Friends, Peace, and Sanctuary Project. And during that week, September 13th through 23rd, which also, not coincidentally, coincides with the Philadelphia and National-wide Welcome Week, which is all about bringing people into a community and helping them to make connections across culture. Some of our local restaurants during that week, September 13th through 23rd, will be offering 3-course menus for $15 and $20.
Oh, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So it's almost like a restaurant week.
Yes.
In Northeast.
Yes.
It's
a restaurant week it's like a welcoming restaurant week. So we want everyone to get out and experience the cultures and try some new food. So we know that Al Sham restaurant is going to be participating.
I think Nick's Roast Beef.
Nick's Roast Beef is participating.
If they weren't, they are now, because I just said
They're
it.
doing it.
No, I know.
And if I remember right, so each of those restaurants, they're going to give you some options on their special menu. You can pick an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And I just looked at the Nick's Roast Beef, and guess what one of their desserts is?
What?
I think it's chocolate cheesecake.
Really?
Yes. I wish that they had a vegan version. I would have loved that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can come up with getting a vegan restaurant in the city, in this area of the city.
That would be a great idea. I feel really lucky.
Because there are a lot of people that are vegan that don't have, or restaurants that don't offer vegan options. So
yeah, and you never know. Sometimes, I mean, people become vegan for a lot of different reasons. I mean, I did it as a total cop-out because I needed to learn how to cook, and I was too poor to buy meat. So I taught myself using some vegan cookbooks, and then I just discovered and decided that it was a good idea, and I just stuck with it.
Wow.
But sometimes a lot of people
so
actually.
Did you used to eat meat growing up?
I did.
Okay.
I was a total meat eater. I've had venison. I've had deer liver and deer heart. Like,
oh no, I'm
yes.
full. I don't want none of that.
I've eaten those.
If I came
things.
to your house, I would be like, oh, I ate already.
Yeah,
I'm
I've eaten octopus and squid.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm surprised too that I'm now at a point where I'm like, you know, I'll see those things and I'll remember what they taste like, but I'm like, you know what? I'm where you are now.
Yeah.
I'm full.
Yes, I'm full.
Yeah.
I'm going to get another plate because you are vegan, I like to keep things separate. So when people are vegetarian or they don't eat pork or they don't eat beef or something, it's very important to keep things separate because many times, and even wash your hands in between, because sometimes people are allergic to certain things or they just don't eat them, and then you're handling their food. I'm very sensitive about that because I feel like growing up, we didn't eat pork, and it was very important we couldn't even eat cookies. Like I remember my dad throwing away a whole bag of cookies because it was like Chips Ahoy, but they had lard in it. So he threw away the whole entire bag. And that's a whole nother story for another day. But he wouldn't allow us to eat certain things. And we couldn't have anything with lard or pork or anything like that. And no fat back, none of that. So, you know, when we would go to other family members' houses, they would sneak us different things. Like they would give us collard greens with ham hocks in it or fat back in it, whatever they put in collard greens back then. And we would eat it, and then my dad would say, hey, this is pork in here. And then my aunt would go, oh, just eat it. It all goes down the same way. And she was never sensitive enough to that. So be mindful of that.
Yeah. That is also one thing that I think I've had, one of those strange things. I've also eaten chicharrones.
Now, what is that?
Oh my gosh, you don't want to know.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, maybe there are people out there.
I've eaten deer testicles.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Like, my ex-husband that's a different story.
He was a hunter.
He was a hunter, but he gave me meat and just stuffed it in my mouth and said, here, try this. And then I'm like, what is that? Oh, that's the inner loin. Oh, that's the testicles. And I'm like, why would you give me that? Like, that's weird. Because he knows I would be like, and it wasn't even good.
Well, in some cultures, tartare is a delicacy.
No, is that liver?
I think tartare is
liver?
I think it's testicles.
Oh, no. Oh, it's testicles. Oh, pate is liver, right? I think pate is liver.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't want no animals' testicles.
No, I think I'm good there too.
Yeah. So
we're making this vegetarian meal, and we're talking about
meat,
the worst.
Right, the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing now is I'm finishing off these zucchinis, disc, I like to call them. And when I finish those off, I will come back and we will start the second part of this dish. Okay, guys, we are back. And all I did was take these little disc of zucchini out, and I put some shredded Parmesan cheese on it. So I'm going to add to the pan, put some olive oil in there. I'm going to add to the pan all the rest of these ingredients. I'm going to let this onion cook up a little bit with the garlic. I have some chopped garlic, lots of garlic. I like to eat with a lot of garlic. Okay, and then we have tomato and lemon zest that we're going to add at the end. I'm going to turn our pan down a little bit on low so we can saute these up a little bit. So do you think you can make this at home? Because it's really pretty simple.
Yeah, I
You're
can.
used to making vegan dishes, so
Yes.
now we were talking. Could you tell us about your trip that you took this summer?
Oh yeah, I recently got back from a trip to Barcelona, which was a much needed break from the routine. I always love going places, and one of my favorite things to do is to try different food while I'm there. So I did a little bit of food tourism and a little bit of regular tourism.
I'm gonna get a skirt
If you get a chance to go to Barcelona, make sure that you visit La Sagrada Familia Basilica, which is a gorgeous church designed by a famous artist in architecture named Gaudi. It's just so beautiful. You walk inside it, it's like being in a holy kaleidoscope.
Wow.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. And you know what else was gorgeous? I went to, oh gosh, I want to say, I can't remember the name of the place, but it's a chocolateria and a churreria. And a chocolateria means a chocolate shop and a churro shop. So you can go.
Love churros.
Yes.
Love churros.
You can go, you can get yourself some freshly fried churros and a cup of piping hot melted dark chocolate. And what you do is you
Dark chocolate is like the best.
You dunk your churros in the chocolate and you eat them, and it's the best thing. I did it twice. I would do it
there
again.
every day.
Yes.
I could have ate there every day. We're also going to put in some capers. Capers are nice and lemony. So I love capers. I'm not going to add any lemon juice to this. But I am going to add some tomato and some lemon zest. It smells amazing. It's nothing like garlic and onions. Like, the smell is incredible. So after we saute this down a bit, let it just get a little translucent. I made this twice in one day. My friend Fatima said she liked it better when I made it the first day than the second day. I don't know what I did wrong the second day, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I put too many onions in it the second day for her. But I like lots of tomatoes, so I'm going to put lots of tomato in here. And it almost makes like its own sauce. Tomato, all the seeds, all the juice. And I'll probably add the rest of this tomato. And then we are going to plate it, and that's it. So
really excited.
tell the audience, tell our viewers how old you are.
I just turned 30 in March.
Like, she just seemed like she was 29 forever.
It did feel like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Once you get into your late 20s, all the years start to run in together. I swear there was a whole series of years where I was just 27, maybe about 3 times. I mean, did it matter if I was 28, 29?
No.
Pretty much.
But I wanted you to mention that because you've done a lot in the community, and you come to our business meetings for the community more than some of the business owners come. And I call you our young activist, because she really is an activist and an advocate for the businesses in the community. I'm so proud of you. I really am.
I mean, I'm proud to be here, and I'm really proud of the businesses here as well. I mean, people don't know how hard it is to find a place that has so many different windows to the world. And I love the fact that when my hair is long enough, I can walk down the street to Tamika's salon and get my hair braided. I am so
She
looking
wants to get her
forward to
hair
that.
braided so bad. Like, she talked about it when she was at my salon one day, popping in to drop some information off. And she was like, I have to get my hair braided. Like, that's so cool.
I mean,
But your hair is so, like, slippery. I don't know.
I remember, so I've had my hair braided before when it was longer. I know how it can get a little crazy.
Oh, you have it.
I have.
Braided.
I know the textures of hair that work well with it and the textures of hair that are just like,
well.
It's like,
Don't
what
work
were
well.
you thinking?
Right.
It's like an afro with braids.
So
But-
I'm going to put a little salt, just a little sea salt on there, and a little more pepper. And then that's it. We are going to top this, and then I'm going to let you see what this looks like when we plate this, okay? That's it. And we just put just a little bit on each one,
Ooh, yes.
just like so. I'm going to do yours because
Thank you.
I want you to be able to taste it and eat it. And I hope I cooked all the garlic through for you enough. But it's
Even
really,
if it's a little spicy, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
It's allergy season. I can probably use a little to my sinuses anyway.
Yeah. And this makes a really cute dish, like a nice side dish. I could eat this by itself. I could eat this with some brown rice if I wanted to.
I could see putting these on little slices of baguettes
Yes.
as a little finger food appetizer.
Yes.
A little tapa.
Yes. And tapa just means on top, right?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yes, it does. I was looking at the Food Network. And when you start talking about tapas restaurants and different things, I was laughing because I didn't know what that meant. Doesn't that look amazing?
Looks
I don't
delicious.
know if I'll have enough for mine, but I'll just spread mine out a little bit because I like the Parmesan cheese, and I usually put more Parmesan cheese on top. Andrea said it didn't matter if I washed my hands or not. In between the putting Parmesan cheese on my dish and on hers, she said it didn't matter, right?
Yes, it's fine with me.
She said she's not allergic to it. She just doesn't eat it.
But it's always nice when someone asks.
Yeah, it's super important.
I have a few friends with some more violent allergies. And so, you never know. You never know. It's always good to ask. The
That
best
looks
thing.
amazing. Look at that.
Oof.
And then I would just probably, for me, I would just add, because it's still hot, I would just add like just a little bit more cheese on there. Just like so. And I really like capers. I should have put more capers in it because the capers makes it really salty. There you go. There you have it. This is just my meatless meal for the day, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you try it at home and subscribe to my channel if you would. Share this with your friends, and don't forget to push that like button. Bye for now, and thank you, Andrea, for coming. I really enjoyed our conversation, and all the work that you are doing in the community is awesome. But I want you to taste this.
Ooh.
I said bye, but I'm sorry. I want her to taste this.
Where can I find a...
I'm going to get you a fork. This is all yours. So
Oof.
I'm going to get you a fork.
I can't wait. I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm
here
going to
you
try
go.
and get a whole round on one fork. Let's see if we can make it.
Make sure you blow it. I don't want it to be too hot for you. I'm going to taste mine, actually. I had a little spoon here. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
It's lemony.
Oh, they're so good.
I like to eat mine with my fingers.
I love it.
That's
Oh, it's so
good.
good. Yes. So juicy.
I love it. I have to get one more. It's so good.
The lemon zest and the capers.
Perfect, right?
Perfect. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And
It's
then,
so good.
yes. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
It's delicious.
I promised you a meatless vegan meal. And did I deliver okay?
She
Perfect.
delivered.
Okay, so we want to thank Andrea for coming on to our show. And I'm glad you enjoyed your meatless meal. And I'm going to come up with some other ones for you.
Thank
Maybe
you.
the dessert, though.
Oh,
Like the
yes.
chocolate with the zucchini.
Oh, yes. Yes,
So
yes.
I'll have to look up some recipes for that. Okay, so bye for now. We really want to thank you for joining our show, and we appreciate you coming. Try this dish at home. It's easy to make. You'll love it.